Namaste and welcome back to my channel!
I hope that the opening that was filmed in the Mount Rainier in Washington State has given you some clearer idea of what is our content today, which is about being in nature. So being in nature has also been known as the green therapy, ecotherapy, or the nature-based therapy, and there's so many other names of just being in nature. And this is one of my top recommendations for anyone, for my clients, students, friends, and families who come up to me and ask me, hey, how can I recharge my energy and reach the deep relaxation state without going into a healing therapy sessions? Well, and why is this my top recommendation? Simply is because human is one in a million kind of creature living on Earth, and we are part of the ecosystems, and we are directly being impacted if there's any changes in our living environment. And the connection between human being and the nature is just like going back to our essence of innocence, curiosity, and living harmoniously within the ecosystem. So there are numerous studies has already shown the benefits of the eco-based therapy on the human being. So for instance, according to the associate professions, Dr. Alexandros Gaspadros, at the Center of Sustainable Science at the University of Tokyo, has declared that nature provides us the plenty of opportunity to fulfill spirituality advancement, personal development, social relations, and leisure and recreation activities. So for a professional energy healer like me, the natural therapy is not only my one of the top favorite practices, but also become part of my energy healing curriculum. So a secret that not a lot of people know about me is that before I practice healing on pets or human beings, aka my client, I have a long time daily practice on energy healing on trees. And some of you here may wonder why trees? Is there any relation, like similarities between providing the healing on human being, on pets versus giving the healing on trees, right? Well, so first, if you have watched my previous videos about the human energy field, then you will get some general understanding of how to stay healthy. Is so being healthy is when you are balanced between giving and receiving the energy. And so we found this similarity in terms of the energy movement and circulations on trees as well. So I believe that it's a very popular in terms of knowledge about how trees grow up and extract the energy through the form of nutrients such as like the sunlight, the carbon dioxide in the air, and the water that coming from the root. Through a photosynthesis process, then the tree can extract the sugar, extract and transform those elements into sugar to feed the tree. And at the same time, the tree will produce the oxygen and releases through the air. So do you see the similarity between the energy circulations of like breathing, eating, drinking to take in the energy and releasing the energy out through breath out and exercising is so much similar to the photosynthesis process in tree. And so that is the correct foundations of where I could practice on trees before going or moving forward with pets or human being. And additionally, when I practice on the tree is just like the live oxygen tanks right next to me. So, healing on trees, why not? So also my story about healing on tree is just one example of how to being in the nature. And there are so many more forms of being in nature or the nature-based therapy. So for example, you can just do something as simple as bathing under the sun, step onto the grasses to feel the sensations when your feet touching the grasses, and sensing the flower, enjoying the gardens, the community gardens surrounding you. And by doing such small thing, we already feel the peace and the joys at the soulful level. But if you are more open into a more active form of being in nature, there are so many more exciting or adventurous kind of natural-based therapy. So for instance, skydiving therapy, have you heard of that? So skydiving therapy is to feel how the air floating through your underarm and feeling the freedom as being like a bird. And it's actually help to remove stress and the fears of death. Other than that, you can participate in the underwater meditations to improve your lung capacity or your breathing capacity. And also don't forget about the natural flotations to deprive all of your sensations for an out-of-body experience so that you can reach the advancement in terms of relaxations and also uplifting the spirituality. So up to this point, some people may say that, hey, bro, but I think flotation is like floating inside the man-made tank, so it's man-made, it's not natural at all. No, 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 no. So while flotations is not necessarily to be inside a tank, and here's the reason why. So float tank is an invention that was attempted to design by the physicians and neuroscientist Dr. John Lilly in the 1954 as an attempt to isolate the mind from the body for the base study of how humans evolve, develop, and advance our knowledge about the living environment and the life is based on the sensational stimulations. So our brain is designed to provide the reactions to what we sense through 5 senses and stimulations. So if we remove all of these stimulations, we gonna be able to shut down the over busy mind, which normally happen in those like overthinking people, hyperactive, ADD or ADHD. And once the busy reacting mind is shut down, then we can enter the deeper relaxation state. But the same idea can also apply from the flotation tank to the open water environment. If you are open for more adventurous and more natural-based therapy. So instead of floating inside a private tank, you can go to the calm oceans with less wave. For example, the ocean in the Quảng Bình province in Vietnam. Of course, that you always need to check your safety condition first. And for myself, I actually prefer to experience more nature involvement flotations, and I was fortunate enough to have my own out-of-body experience back in 2019 when I enjoyed the oceans, the calm oceans in Quảng Bình province in Vietnam. So if you are planning the upcoming trip to enjoy the beach, the oceans, the nature base, the wonderful food, then keep in mind about the province Quảng Bình in Vietnam. And before we arrive at the end of this video, I normally receive like 2 common questions come up. So first one is, what if I stay in the urban area, those city busy areas such as Hanoi City, Ho Chi Minh City, or like Florida State, where it's full of apartments, the road is full of cars, and there's not much space for the recreation and leisure activities with the nature involvement. And also my finance is not that abundant yet. What if I have this limited capacity of being in nature? Then what type of natural-based therapy that I can access? So while the answer is quite simple, I think it's great to have the retreat experience when you go through the suburb area, those with natural site. However, it's not a must have been done in order to feel the natural-based therapy. I think it's very simple that you can at least have one of the following example just within your house. For example, you can have a small garden for yourself. And this is also known as another branch of nature-based therapy, and it's called the garden therapy. Or if you live in an apartment and have no garden, so it's okay as well to spend your mindful time when take caring of one or two plants, even the in-house plant, such as cactus, succulents, tomato trees, or any other plants. Other than that, you can always take a walk of like 30 minutes every day under the trees in your city, or enjoy the community gardens within your areas, and so many more. And remember, it's not about where you can spend your time to be in fancy nature or natural sites, natural areas, but it's about what is your intentions when you spend your time in the nature. Question number 2. So is there any methods for me to optimize my time when I be in nature? How to optimize the benefits from being in nature? Okay, so again, the fundamental of being in nature or the nature-based therapy is for you to return back to your essence, meaning to return back to your innocence, curiosity, creativity, be at peace, enjoy the moment, having joys, and spending times to enjoy yourself with other people. So, it's more like being than doing. Back to the questions, how can you optimize the benefit of being in nature? So if you treat the nature-based therapy as a tool or as an instant advantage to gain some kind of practical benefits, the less benefits you will realize it. Although there are like thousands of methods and meditation out there that guide you to how to optimize your connection with the natures, my best advice for you remain the same. Just be yourself, be happy, enjoy, and explore the site. And as Van Gogh once said, if you truly love the nature, you will see the beauty in everything. And that beauty includes how you allow yourself to emerge in the nature. And just like us, Mother Nature or Mother Earth also have the 7 chakra or the 7 gates of energies. So appreciating the nature or appreciating the Mother Nature is just similar to how you appreciate and how you love yourself. And so loving the nature and spending time with the nature is just how you practicing self-love and know how to give love to yourself before you try to give love to other people. So the more you let yourself having fun, enjoying the moment, be happy, the more you are comfortable with living as who you are or your authentic self. And if you are like me, I'm not afraid of other people judging me. So my best connection with nature of everyday practice is to hug the tree. And if you follow my lead of giving a tree hugging, then I do recommend you to close your eyes and totally focusing on the sensations of how the energy flows, or is there any tingling in terms of connections between you and the tree that you are sending love with. And remember that at the end of the day, being in nature is a practice, to improve our energy comprehensively of 4 layers of physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. So if every individual in this ecosystem is healthy, so the ecosystem should be healthy as well, because we are always a part of it. Hey guys, I hope this video has inspired you to spend more time in nature. And also last week, the Normalme had launched a mini challenge. If you want to participate in our challenge, do follow us on our social media, Instagram and Facebook, with the link are indicated at the video descriptions down below and the comment sections. And thank you very much for watching this video. Heart link and blessing.